Oh my goodness sakes. You know what I love about our fraternity, I had some members ask about, this is the location for the 2022 convention, right? Right. And they said, is it going to be in this area? And I said, yeah, I think so. And they said, I think I'm just going to wait here. That's a long hike, isn't it? You didn't know we were going to throw in a physical fitness plan for you this weekend as one moose. And I tell you what, I was breathing hard when I got down here too. I love this question. Being a father of 6 children, being a house parent for 11 little girls, kindergarten through 3rd grade, and junior high boys, 11 junior high boys, 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, being around the Mooseheart kids. How many times did you hear this question? Why? Why do I have to do that? It's time for bed. Why? You need to go take a shower. Why? You need to do your homework. Why? Our why is much better than, hey, it's time to do your homework, time to take a shower. Our why in this fraternity, what I love about this fraternity is our purpose of caring for our seniors at Moose Haven since 1922. Here's a picture of the Mooseheart girls with our seniors. Every year for quite a while now, the Moose Legion has been sponsoring 2 Mooseheart homes to go to Moose Haven each summer for a family vacation to spend time with our residents at Moose Haven. It even started actually before they went to Moose Haven, because the original purpose of Moose Haven was because there were senior members living at Mooseheart, and Rodney Brandon, the first superintendent of Mooseheart, went to James J. Davis and said, we've got to do something. These members are worse than the kids. Seriously, that's how Moose Haven came about. Our second why, the children at Mooseheart. I love that we're a part of an organization that has a purpose to care for children. The only organization that I know of in the world licensed to care for children newborn through age 21, through graduation, past graduation. 2 years ago, 50% of the children who graduated from Mooseheart lived in the transitional living program because they had no stable home to go back to. Thank you to the Florida Moose Association providing the transitional living program for the boys. Awesome. And so when a child writes why they want to come to Mooseheart, because I want a safe place to live. I want a home to live in because I've been homeless. I want to have enough food to eat because, you know what, I never knew where my next meal was coming from. I want to get a good education. This fraternity at Mooseheart Centennial, 1913, $11.5 million raised for the education of our children. That's what we do. We have a purpose to care for newborn through age 120, as long as you can live. I love it. So the big why. Here's one thing I've heard. Why change? Why unify the fraternity? On 4/30/1991, this is the year Christy and I became house parents in Greater Chicago Hall. There were 2,259 lodges, 1,307,000 members of the Loyal Order of Moose. That doesn't account for the members of the Women of the Moose. So we look at, I've been there 28 years. Let's go to the halfway mark. 2005, we had 1,941 lodges. We're not going in the right direction here, are we? 902,161 members in the Loyal Order of Moose. Let's look at this year, 28th year in the organization. 1,431 lodges. How many members? 537,587 active in the Loyal Order of Moose. Brothers, we're headed in the wrong direction. We're headed in the wrong direction doing it alone. We just recently polled over 2,000, well, we actually sent surveys randomly to over 10,000 members. Over 2,000 responded. That's pretty high. Usually if you get 1 or 2% responding, you're good. We got over 2,000, so 20% response rate on our survey. One of the questions we ask, and this is just Loyal Order of Moose, with over 1,500 men responding about the feelings they had regarding the possibility of combining the men and women of the Moose into a single membership category. 67% said, absolutely, I wholeheartedly agree, I would vote for it today, and I think it's the right thing to do. Another 4% said, I would vote for it today, even though I'm not quite sure it would be the best thing for the fraternity. Here's why you're here today. Whoops, too far. Here's why you're here today. Right down here at the bottom. My vote depends on how dues, honors, leadership, etc. is handled regardless of whether it's in the best interest of the fraternity. So 15% say, I kind of think it would be a good thing, but you know what? I want answers to what's going to happen. What's going to happen, right, with the chapters? What's going to happen with my dues? What's going to happen with the lodge leadership structure? What's going to happen with the higher degrees? Another 15%. So if those 15% got their answer and they liked it, we're over 85% of the men, this is just the men, saying I would vote to unify the fraternity today. So in that we asked, okay, hey, taking the survey, why do you feel like if you would vote yes, why did you say that? Number one, diversity breeds new ideas and better leadership. I think everybody in the room agrees with this, right? We all don't have the right answers. If you were a part of the Centennial project at Moose Haven, $10.5 million raised for Centennial Hall at Moose Haven. You know that there were some construction delays. And if you're a resident of Moose Haven, we have some residents of Moose Haven in the house today. You know John Capes eventually came up with his response whenever it was asked, when is Centennial Hall going to open? I don't know. Right? I don't know was the answer. So today, as we try to answer some of these questions, our response may be, I don't know. We don't have all the answers. I hope today we do, but if there's something, we might hear an I don't know. Benefit to the lodge depends on the individual, not their sex, correct? Men and women are good leaders. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female. You're a good leader and a good decision maker. You're good with numbers. You're good with organization, details. You're the right person for the job. This would work if women had equal responsibility for the lodge, both fraternally and financially, right? So they want to see that equality in both the financial obligation as well as the fraternal obligation. This would appeal to younger generations and help increase membership. We have 6 children, three daughters, all of them teenagers or early 20s, and I guarantee you they would want to be a part of organizations that they have a voice of equality speaking into that organization. So the younger generation, they don't want separation, they want to work together. Keep our eyes on the future, but never forget how we got here, right? We always want to remember and respect our past. Now we asked, what? Wait, did I forget? Oh, free beer. I have no idea who out there put that on there. Something about free beer. Jokesters always wanting to put something on there that's not quite right. Answering no when asked about unifying our fraternity, membership would decline. So they're afraid that membership would decline if we unify. I think I showed you before the answer to that. Don't try to fix something that isn't broke. Hey, okay? Men need safe spaces. Ladies, you're too hard on the men. Come on now. I've never gone into a social quarters that has had a sign over any door that said men only in this area, right? We're in the social quarters lodge hall. It's always men and women, so don't know about the safe spaces. It will take away everything in terms of honors, green cap, pilgrim, etc. You're going to hear the answer to that later today. I'm an old timer and it's tradition, right? This is it's all about me. It's not about us as an organization. Sometimes in this organization, right, you're going to sacrifice. You're going to sacrifice. Everybody in this room, you've sacrificed something to either be here this weekend, something you've done in the last month to better the lives of somebody else. That takes sacrifice, and this is not the answer for the future of our fraternity. It's all about me. General laws are not established for this to happen. Well, we do have the general governor here today, and I did tell him they have Uber Eats. So on Thanksgiving Day, we could Uber Eats in some turkey and dressing to your office as you're working on those general law changes. So we're going to talk about general laws today. Now, through what we've been through this year, through the history of the organization, caring for our young, caring for our aged, we've done it as Moose because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do to care for children who are disadvantaged and in need. It's the right thing to do to care for our senior members. It's the right thing to do to care for those in our community. And I think about good, better, best. When this fraternity started, and we had Mooseheart, and the early children lived in tents as Mooseheart was started. That was good, right? And then states sponsored homes, whether you're from Wisconsin, Illinois, New York, Arizona, New Mexico, California, New Jersey. You build homes, and so that made Mooseheart even better. And then in 1998, we started with the family teaching model and brought in social skills training and family-style living. And Mooseheart, for the last 20 years, has been at its best. Moosehaven, I mentioned this before. Initially, we started caring for senior members at Mooseheart, and that was good. And then in 1922, we started Moosehaven in Orange Park, Florida. And for 80 years, that was better. And then over the last 15 years, the improvements made to the Moosehaven campus and for our residents with the addition of Brandon Place, with the building of Centennial Hall, Life Care, Moosehaven is at its best right now. You think about our fraternity in 1888, Dr. Henry Wilson, up until 1906 when James J. Davis became the first Director General. It was good. And then we expanded our programs. And in 1913, Mooseheart. In 1913, the Women of the Moose and the Moose Legion. And for 100 years, we were better. And now, today, historically, we're talking about making our fraternity the best damn fraternity it could be by unifying the fraternity. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. How many people remember the movie Gladiator? Maximus Aurelius, as they get ready for battle, said this quote to his men: "What we do in this life will echo into eternity." What we do in this life will echo into eternity. And what we do together at one to care for those in need, to help those in our communities, to care for our children and our seniors, will echo into eternity. Brothers and sisters, thank you for being here this weekend. Now you're going to hear the meat and potatoes. We've kind of given you the high polish. Now it's time for the real stuff. Thank you, and God bless you. Let's have a great day.